Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big, weird, wild world out there, folks. And here we stand, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, that's the Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Woo! How you doing, guys? It is Tuesday. Good morning, Tuesday the 18th. How you doing out there? It is currently 8:30 a.m. Central European Time, 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and for our friend in the Philippines, Eric, joining us today, 2:30 in the afternoon. How you doing out there, friends? God, nice to see you. Nice to see you out there. You're thinking, why's Rob got so much energy? I'm already on my second coffee, friends. Coffee number 2. Here we come. Strap yourselves in. It's going to be quite a show. What's coming up today? Let me tell you. In the second half of the show, I asked 100 humans how they calm themselves when they become very angry. Then in Complete the News, we will find out why Republicans in the US are worried about drag queens and what Hong Kong, the residents of Hong Kong, are urged to do to help create a tobacco-free city. Oh! We'll unpack that news and much more, guys, in the second half of the show. Because in the first half, oh my God, do we have some exciting things coming. We have an unpopular opinion given to us by a friend of the show, one of the golden gods, one of the listeners out there in the ether. I believe an angelic being, one of our podcast listeners, Juan. He's given us a great unpopular opinion today, which is nudity should be normalized in society. Ooh. We'll get into that later on, though, my friends. We'll get into that later on. Right now, I'm here, you're here. We've got some cleanup to do. Yesterday, I received no short of 20 messages saying, "Where's my podcast?" I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That was my mistake. Nothing to do with Natch. Nothing to do with my podcasts, my podcast host. Not to do with any of those people. Complete human error. My bad. I made a mistake. So yesterday's podcast will be uploaded today. You'll be able to enjoy that. And this afternoon at some point, I will upload today's podcast. And I'm very sorry about the mistake, guys. I do try to care about my delicious podcast listeners, my angelic beings out there. So I'm very sorry I let you down yesterday. My bad. Okay, let's see what people are saying in the chat. My God, do we have a good group of humans in the chat today? We have Pedro, Eric, Eugene, Born to Iron Man, Corporate Alligator. Oh my God, you guys are killing it. Corporate Alligator, where in the world are you right now? I know right now we have the Philippines represented. We have Russia represented. We have Spain represented. We need to know where Corporate Alligator is from. Yeah, one of the most international shows ever, I would say. So thank you guys for being here. If you want to join our international live viewers in the stream, you can do that at twitch.tv/professional bohemian. That's Bohemio Profesional, pero en inglés. Also, you can interact with all the polls and things that we have around the show on my Instagram, Bohemio Profesional, pero en inglés, at Professional Bohemian. Eric says, sorry that I was absent yesterday. I suffered from fatigue. Dude, that's basically every day when you're my age. in this heat. We're going to talk a little bit later about the current heat wave that we're experiencing here in Europe. Well, all over the world, really. We heard yesterday about the US, Death Valley, reaching temperatures of 55 degrees centigrade. My God. That's craziness. But here in Spain, I haven't covered any local news for here in Spain, which does have wider global implications. We'll talk about that later as well. I'm representing your homeland, England. Perfect, Corporate Alligator. We have the UK, we have Spain, we have Russia, we have the Philippines. We're killing it, guys. Lo estamos petando. All right, shall we get into a bit of... How are you doing, Natch? How's it going, man?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I've got to say, yesterday, I edited 3 TV shows. But then I had the intention of when I got home to keep on going, to keep on grinding. And I didn't. Instead, I ended up passing out on the sofa in the heat. And yesterday, oh, dude, you know what I did yesterday? So I've had air conditioning in my house. First time ever I've had air conditioning. And so, I thought last night I'm going to treat myself and have a nice, cool living room. Well, I fell asleep. I went to bed. Now, I'm having a plague of mosquitoes right now. That's right. If you're watching the stream, I don't have measles. These are mosquito bites. So I thought, I'm going to go to bed, close the door behind me, and I'm going to be safe from all the mosquitoes in the living room. At least. Why not? I opened the door to the living room. It was like walking into a refrigerator. I just left the air conditioning on all night. Yeah. So the dogs, blissful. They were probably even chilly sleeping. Me, sweating, awful. Don't leave your air conditioning on all night, folks. It's a waste of energy. Here's me talking about ecological issues, and I'm just wasting energy. England is my city, says Min. How are you doing, Min? Joining us all the way from the Netherlands. You grinded Valheim. Yeah, I've been playing quite a lot of Valheim, but I have 2 saves. And we'll talk about that later. Valheim is the video game that I've been playing recently. I'm now ready later for the 100 humans, and it's an interesting one. The rule is honesty is the best policy on that question. Don't be a weenie. That's an idiom for weirdo. Thank you, Eric. All right, let's see. Let's get into some news, friends, because there is plenty of news to cover. First piece of news that I wanted to talk about was a viral trend that's happening on probably one of the most influential social media platforms right now. By that, I mean TikTok. Yeah, I know. It's sad for me to say because we all know TikTok as the social media that is for preteens to dance. But it's true. It is now probably it's one of the fastest growing social media networks. It's the social media network where the advertising continues to increase, whereas everywhere else, advertising revenue is starting to fall. With the exception of Threads. Apparently Threads is bringing Facebook back to life. Can you believe that? God damn it. We thought Facebook was dead, and the Zuck saved it by cloning Twitter. So yeah, there is a trend on TikTok that is going viral, and it's called the triangle method. What do you think that is, Natch? If you were to guess, what's the triangle method? It's more than a challenge. This is a technique to help you be better at something. What do you think it's helping you be better at?
No idea.
The triangle method. Doesn't it sound like contraception of some kind? If you put your fingers in a triangle, you won't get pregnant. I had a girlfriend once who believed that if she stood with like upside down with her hands on the floor after sex, she wouldn't get pregnant. Someone told her that as a child, and she believed it for years. Well, it's not that. The triangle method is a flirting technique that has gone viral on TikTok. The triangle method of flirting, by the way, this is from Psychology Today. I haven't picked this up from any random news outlet. It's Psychology Today, a well-reputed publication. The triangle method of flirting, popularized on social media platforms like TikTok, involves a specific pattern of eye movement. The technique suggests that looking at one of the person's eyes, then quickly shifting to their mouth, and finally glancing at the other eye, forming a golden triangle, is the way to have someone fall in love with you, Natch. Maybe I should try this with our boss, man. Maybe we'll get more headphones. New microphones. The triangle method. The method is intended to facilitate eye contact and demonstrate interest, with a glance at the mouth potentially indicating a lead-in to a kiss. Oh, there you go. However, the effectiveness of this method is not backed by any clinical trials or peer-reviewed evidence. Well, what a surprise. It's a TikTok trend, isn't it? While it might work for for some who can naturally incorporate such deliberate moves, for others it might feel mechanical and awkward. So there you go, guys. The triangle method. Are you lonely out there? Try making eye contact. Like, come on, dude. Are we really talking about this? TikTok has just learned that eye contact exists. Wow. It's an important moment. Congratulations, Generation Z. You've discovered eyes. Oh, let's see what people are saying. Triangle method for flirting, says Eric. Corporate Alligator helps you to find missing planes in the Bermuda Triangle. Woo! That would have been a much better triangle method. Come on. Can we get a ProBoh approved for the Corporate Alligator?
ProBoh approved.
I saw this one on the same article as Rob did. Nice, Eric. Don't you do a handstand if you want to get pregnant? I thought the idea was to give the sperm a helping hand by getting gravity on their side. That might be it. I'm not going to name and shame her, although her name was Eva. And she said when she was a kid, someone told her that if she stood on her hands after sex, she wouldn't get pregnant. And I don't know. I said, you don't still believe that, do you? She's like, well, no. But she said no in a very unconvincing way. Vero, good morning, beautiful warriors. Happy, merry unbirthday to me. Oh, is it? It's not your birthday, right? Are you doing reverse psychology, Vero? Is it your birthday and you're saying unbirthday? Do you know where the phrase "a very merry unbirthday" comes from, Natch?
Alice
in Wonderland. Give yourself a ProBoh approved, dude.
ProBoh approved.
Okay. Alicia en el País de Maravillas.
De las Maravillas.
¿Será posible? Vaya nivelazo.
God damn it. De las Maravillas. All right. Wonderland. All right, whatever. I was close. You knew eye contact was a good thing. Who knew eye contact was a good thing, says Corporate Alligator. I know. Well, Generation Z are just moving a little slower than everyone else. Okay, I did get a request to do some more AI news. Funnily enough, after I received like a week's worth of messages saying, stop talking about AI. But it's true, of all the things that I've spoken about, the most positive feedback I've received were about all the conversations about AI. Because it's true. Unless you follow some very niche publications, you kind of get lost in the noise around AI. More about the conversations around AI than the AI itself. So I did pull up some news about Google's new AI suite of tools. But we're going to leave it for tomorrow. Oh, yeah, we're going to leave it for tomorrow, guys. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this heat crisis we're experiencing, the extreme heat that is happening here in Europe, but more localized to where we produce the show here in Spain. On a day like today, says Vero, 42 years ago, I was reborn. Happy birthday to Vero. Oh, guys, let's wish Vero a happy birthday in the chat, please. It's a very merry on birthday. Happy birthday to you, Vero. 42 years young today. It's nice to see that that you share that with us, and that makes me very happy. Happy birthday, Vero. Okay, so Europe's hottest city could turn into a desert in the next few years due to furnace heat. Furnace es como un horno, más o menos. Due to furnace heat. That's from the express.co.uk. Seville, a city in Spain, for those of you international listeners, is experiencing extreme heat due to its location away from the coast and its proximity to northern Africa, leading to concerns that it is gradually turning into a desert. The city, often referred to as the Iberian Oven, is under the influence of the Foehn effect. Foehn? Spelled Foehn. Foehn effect. And regularly experiences scorching heat. Weather experts warn that the increasing temperatures, which can reach between 40 and 50 degrees Celsius, are entering uncharted territory. It's very, very worrying because that extreme heat is mixing with water shortages, which is leading to the desertification of Seville. Now, if you've already been to Seville, you know it's already quite arid, but it can always get worse, friends. It can always get worse. And why is this a concern? Well, we'll move on to another piece of news, this time coming from The Guardian. Spaniards, try not to be triggered by this. Try not to be triggered. Strap yourselves in. Pon los cinturones. Here we go. The olive oil industry is in crisis as Europe's heat wave threatens another harvest. Oh, hard to appreciate for international listeners, right? The impact or the pride that Spain has for its olive oils. Particularly the ones, oh God, don't hate me, Spain, but particularly the ones in that are grown in Jaén, I think are probably the best, right, Natch? So here we go. The olive oil industry is facing a crisis due to a heat wave in southern Europe, which is threatening to cause the second consecutive poor harvest. Spain is the world's largest olive oil producer and is expected to produce only 850,000 tons of olives. Now you're thinking, well, that's a lot of olives, right? But that is significantly less than the 1.3 million tons that is more typical of Spain. Wow, that's a lot. That's a massive difference, eh, Nudge? That's almost, I don't know, if I was to guess without doing the calculations, around 70%. Jeez Louise. Guys, if you've never tried Spanish olive oil, if you're one of these people who says, no, Italy makes the best olive oil, understand it's made from Spanish olives. Oh, look at this. I'm not even Spanish. I'm feeling the nationalism just flow through me. It is delicious, though. You know when you've had a good olive oil? Like, most English speakers don't know this, Natch, because I never knew it before I came here. The one that's really strong, an extra virgin olive oil, made straight from the press, naturally. It actually tingles and burns your mouth. Oh, God, guys. You don't even know. Try a real olive oil. Do yourself that favor, man. It's delicious. Okay, let's see. Eric, feliz cumpleaños to Vero. Feliz cumple Vero, says Pedro. Corporate Alligator. Oh, no, Eugene, happy birthday to Vero. There you go. Oh, what a great community we have here. My God. The amount of rain we had this summer is crazy, says Corporate Alligator. Yeah, one of the weird anomalies of the heat wave here in southern Europe, or in Europe in general, is that it hasn't, as far as I'm aware yet, touched England. I mean, they've had heat waves, like a few months ago they had a heat wave, but right now I don't believe England is being affected, or the UK is being affected by the heat wave, or at least this extreme heat that we're experiencing here in Europe. Let's see what the UK weather is. No hot summer temperatures until mid-August, from Sky News. Another month of rain, new Met Office forecasts dampen hopes of better weather. So yeah, it's raining. It's miserable in the UK. Do you know what? Brexit. That's Brexit. Before he left, Boris made a call to God. And he said, look, we don't want this European weather. We want our own weather. Our own British weather. Make it rain every day. There you go. Brexit, friends. That's how it works. Oh, let's see. My real birthday is January 6th. But on a day like today, 42 years ago, I was sent to hospital to die, but here I am. That's even better than a birthday. Vero, that's even better than a birthday. Congratulations. We're glad you're here. Don't count the candies. Enjoy your day. May all your wishes come true. Happy birthday, Vero, says Born to Iron Man. Corporate Alligator. People back in the day used olive oil as medicine. Or do they still use it? Oh, I'm not sure, Corporate Alligator. But I can imagine people would. The properties of a really extra virgin olive oil are quite unique. Like, I had no idea. No sabía que picaba un poco. I had no idea. It's hard to describe the feeling, the tingles in the roof of your mouth. A really good olive oil will give you. It's hard to describe, but I encourage everyone to try it. Pedro, oh my God, these news on Spain combined with the news on Putin cancelling the grain export deal are kind of depressing. Yeah, it is kind of depressing. You know what we need to lift our moods, Pedro? Do you know what we need? We need an unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Oh God, today's show is going well, Natch. That was a seamless transition in today's unpopular opinion. But what people are asking now is, what even is an unpopular opinion, Rob? Well, It's a brain fart, un pedo cerebral, un pedo mental. I share it with you on my social media, namely my Instagram, @professionalbohemian, @professionalbohemian. You guys can voice your opinions there, as you did, quite a lot of you. But here is where we make the actual decision. Here is where we say what is right and what is wrong. Today's unpopular opinion, gifted to us by listener of the show, Juan, is, are you ready, guys? Nudity should be normalized in society. Nudity should be normalized in society. La desnudez debe normalizar. No. Okay, Natch. Okay, time for me to strap myself in. Normalizarse. Do you know what is difficult for me in Spanish? Is to when to lisp in Castilian Spanish. You guys lisp too much. Okay, here we go. La desnudez debe normalizarse. Zarse in la sociedad. I'm not going to keep on trying to translate that, but more or less, you get it, right? All right, so here we go. The elves got busy upon receiving Juan's message. They got busy preparing some pros and cons. So here we go. In the pro column, one could argue that nudity is our natural state as human beings. By normalizing it, we may become more accepting of our bodies and reduce feelings of shame or embarrassment associated with nakedness. Great point. Normalizing nudity can promote body positivity and acceptance, allowing people to feel more comfortable and confident in their own skin, regardless of shape, size, or perceived imperfections. Wow, do you know what? That's a great point, eh? Because the only bodies we see, thanks to our weird Catholic shame, I'm saying that Spain is a lot more open about nudity than most other places in the world, but still. This weird shame we have with our own bodies has led to us, the only bodies we actually see are in the media, where we see these perfected, godlike beings with bodies that can only be achieved through countless hours in the gym, hours that you and we don't have. You know what I mean? Chris Hemsworth. Are we ever going to look like Chris Hemsworth? No, poor Chris, because he wants to. He wants to look like us, Natch. I've heard that. Elsa Pataki sent a message. He says, Chris is so jealous of the way you and Natch look. I'm like, it takes dedication to look like this, Elsa. If you want to send Chris over, we'll talk to him. Anyway, let's continue. But it's true, right? So women only see these perfected female bodies on Instagram and in movies. Men only see these perfected bodies in movies. And we kind of get a weird perception of way our body should look. And we feel ashamed of our own. And I can relate to that. I've been ashamed of my body practically most of my life. So let's continue. Fine. Another 2 points in the pro column. Increased acceptance of nudity could potentially lead to more open conversations about health issues, such as breast or testicular cancer, that might otherwise be considered taboo due to their association with private parts of the body. Wow, the elves did good work today. By normalizing nudity, society could start viewing the naked body less as an object of sexual desire and more of its natural state, potentially leading to less objectification, which I think is another great point. Let's continue. In the con column, saying no, normalizing nudity should not take place in society. Many cultures and religions around the world consider modesty and clothing to be important elements of their belief systems. Normalizing nudity could disrespect or infringe upon these beliefs. Basically, baby Jesus might not like it. Baby Jesus was nude, wasn't he? At least for a few seconds before they put the thing on him. Come on. I think Jesus will be cool with us all being nude. I'll be honest. I do. Privacy and consent. Okay. Not everyone may feel comfortable with public nudity for personal or psychological reasons. Normalizing nudity could potentially infringe on individuals' right to privacy and personal comfort. There may be practical issues associated with widespread nudity, such as hygiene and the potential for the spread of disease, as well as physical safety concerns. Guys, come on. Have we not just passed through a global pandemic that had nothing to do with nudity? Elves, go home. You're drunk. And the final point here. While the intent of normalizing nudity is to reduce sexualization and objectification, there's a risk that it could be misused or lead to an increase in inappropriate behavior or exploitation. That's what the elves say, my friends. But what Natch and I care about, we care about what you guys live in the chat say. You have left me a lot of messages there, and I will read them when I get back from this break. But most importantly, I will post a poll so you guys can tell us. Should we be normalizing nudity in society? Yes or no? Friends, so many things you could have been doing today. An infinite number of things. But instead of doing those things, you decided to share your morning with Natch and I, and it means the world. See you in 4 minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, PROBOH. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Oh my God, it's currently 9 a.m. Central European Time, 3 a.m. for our friends in New York Eastern Standard Time, and 3 p.m. for our friends in the Philippines. How are you doing out there, folks? If you've just tuned in, what have you missed? Well, we spoke about... What did we speak about, my God? The triangle method. We found out that it wasn't, although it should have been, a way for detecting planes in the Bermuda Triangle. It is, in fact, a technique that has gone viral on TikTok to help you flirt. Flirt, ligar in Spanish. And then we spent some time talking about the latest troubles with the heat wave, the ongoing heat wave in southern Europe, about how it's impacted the olive oil industry here in Spain, and how our hottest city, or one of the hottest cities in Europe, I believe, Seville, is turning into a desert thanks to water shortages and these increased temperatures. And then we briefly looked at the UK and saw that it's raining there. The effects of Brexit, has to be. Being silly. Sorry, guys. And then we moved on to today's unpopular opinion, which was nudity should be normalized in society. And now, before we continue, I just want to share some comments that I received on my Instagram. I didn't have time to copy them to my notes today, so I'll just read them live. Here we go. KNDY. Here we go. KNDY says, I don't understand how Dave... I assume Dave is KNDY's partner. I don't understand how Dave can walk around with his pecs and hairy nipples. I love it. I'm sorry, Dave, if you're listening. Can walk around with his pecs, his pectorals, su pecho, his pecs and hairy nipples, and it's acceptable. But someone like me is shamed for having a low-cut blouse. Nudity isn't sexual unless people make it so. That's a true story. Like, the human body isn't inherently to be objectified. It isn't inherently sexual. It's us that make it a sexual thing, right? I mean, we don't sexualize our mother's body, and that's our first contact, or our father's body, and those are our first contact with nudity. It's as adults we kind of start to sexualize the naked form, the naked human form. I did get some, another one, let's see. I got one from Nessa Vanessa. She said, true, though I wouldn't put anyone through the punishment of mine. Same here. I believe that nudity should be normalized in society, but I wouldn't object people to seeing my naked body. Out of respect for society. All right. I did get some other messages. I did copy one or two down here. I got Alex. From an anthropological perspective, oh, Alex, We don't deserve such insights. From an anthropological perspective, it's fascinating. Many cultures normalize nudity, and it's only considered taboo due to societal constructs. It could potentially break down a lot of barriers. I agree. Alex, I agree. I mean, a lot of these tribes that we encounter in Peru, all these lost tribes in the world, I mean, they're not walking around in suits and ties. You know what I mean? You know, they've normalized. If they can normalize the naked body, why can't we? That's what I'm saying. You know? Not everything we've done as a society, I think, is to our benefit. But anyway, let's continue. I'd like to know your thoughts. I'm going to read some comments. We've got some amazing comments in the chat. I see Eric wants to discuss pineapple on pizza. Eric, interesting fact. Pineapple on pizza is a Canadian invention. We found that out on a show a year or so ago. It's a Canadian. Canada did this to us. Isn't it? It's an atrocity. It's a human rights violation putting pineapple on pizza. Have we done this as an unpopular opinion yet, Natch?
I think so.
Yeah? Okay. No take two for pineapple on pizza. There will only be one take two, and it's happening on Friday. The only ProBoh show I ever left feeling deflated was when we did the unpopular opinion of British cuisine is underrated. And we're going to do a take two on Friday. I'm going to try and convince you again. Anyway, let's continue. So, on the subject of la desnudez, nudity, I'm going to try it again, Natch, because Vero's written it here in the chat. La desnudez debe normalizarse en la sociedad. No.
Sociedad.
Sociedad. Oh! Okay, I'm not doing it again. No take 5 for me. Okay, let's see. Corporate Alligator. It's not about normalizing nudity. I don't care if people wear clothes or not. But we have evolved to the point where we have to wear clothes or we will freeze to death. Great point. The human body. This is an interesting factoid that we all know, but we never really keep present of mind. The human body is not adept at surviving our planet. Yeah, it sounds weird, but it's true. The human body is no good at surviving our planet. There's a very narrow band across our planet where we could survive nude. Some of us. Because some of us, like me, with pale skin, we can't be so close to the equator. There is an even narrower band we pale people have to live in. Just in the border of southern and northern Europe, around that latitude, we can survive. The human body needs to wear clothes in order to protect itself from the elements, from the cold, or from the extreme heat. So it's not like we started to wear clothes because we became ashamed of our bodies. Guys, I hate to break this to you, but Genesis in the Bible, not 100% true. We're not wearing clothes because some woman ate an apple. That's not true, you know? It's not true. We wear clothes because if we don't, we're going to burn our flesh or freeze to death. You know? We wear shoes because our feet are not hard enough to, mind you, arguably they would be if we walked around barefoot. But you understand my meaning, right, guys? You understand that we didn't just create clothes out of shame. We created clothes to survive the planet in which we live. One of our evolutionary jumps in understanding. So that's actually a great point. Can we give Corporate Alligator a nivelazo, please?
Será posible. Vaya nivelazo.
Jeez Louise, Corporate Alligator, dropping some knowledge. Pedro, I support the unpopular opinion, but I think some products for nudists have gone too far. Have you heard about flights for nudists? Oh, God. Vuelos para nudistas. Have you heard about flights for nudists? Can you just imagine the situation of being sitting next to, sitting next to in the queue for the toilet? Flights for nudists, dude. I once had a cup of coffee spilt on me on an airplane by one of the attendants. Can you imagine if I'd have been nude, man? That would have been a much bigger deal. Flights for nudists. Let's get a ProBoh approved. Come on, guys. You guys are killing it.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
Pedro, our legal correspondent, continues to make me laugh. Let's continue. Rafelka, that's a great point, but I don't see going nude in Alaska. It'd be too cold there. Yeah, true story. True story, Rafelka. Of course, it needs to be normalized, especially in Russia in the winter, says Eugene. Eric, males want this kind of unpopular opinion even if they are single. I don't think so. I think the vast majority of men don't care. Do you know what I mean? I've been to a nudist beach and I wasn't looking around going, whoa, look at that. No, because you're nude too. I'll be honest, I wasn't nude. I was one of the people who chickened out. But you're more self-conscious than you are conscious of the people around you. And because, you know, I mean, so much about portraying yourself sexually is in the way you hold your body and you hold yourself. If people just walking around, kicking sand around, it's not all that sexy, trust me. It's really not. MJ Symbol, good morning. I guess my opinion doesn't count. I'm too old school. I can't reason my answer. I just wouldn't like people walking around naked. We're not. I mean, that's fine. Symbol, that's fine. There are no wrong answers here. They're opinions. And as Grandfather Bo once said, opinions are like buttholes. Agujeras en el... You know. Opinions like buttholes. Everyone has one and they all stink. There are no right or wrong answers. Okay, let's continue. Eric, the reason men want this kind of unpopular opinion is how weird men are. It's true, men are weird. Men are weird. You know? Like, how do you make a pound of flesh attractive? You know, you put a nipple on it. And men will be like, yay! It's crazy. We are weird creatures. Men, we are weird. Pedro, this is a way too unpopular opinion. Everyone here wants to be naked, I guess. Try to repeat this in the winter. Yeah, true story. True story. I mean, I'm naked right now. You can only just see the top half of my body. That's the thing. Me and Natch, we both, you know, it's too hot in the studio to wear clothes. Vero, I suppose this unpopular opinion refers to how nudity is generally seen by society, not walking around in the streets naked. Yeah, kind of. But you're open to interpret it the way you want. If any women watching and listening want this type of unpopular opinion, just mute and don't listen. I don't understand that very well, Eric. My bad. Let's see. Give me that Nivelatho sound or something, says Eric. Eric, you have to earn the Nivelatho, my dude. Let's see. There's still a lot of show to go. But I've remembered. It's in the memory banks. Can't go giving them away for free. The only person who gets a Nivelatho without deserving it is me. Okay, let's continue. Even cultures that normalize nudity and don't need clothes to use taparrabos. Taparrabos. That's to cover your tail. There must be a good reason not to leave your good friend just hanging and exposed. Yeah, it's a true story. Yeah, of course. You know, we cover our private areas mainly, I guess, for hygiene and also, you know, for protection. If dudes have this close... Oof, I can't read this. I can't read that out. Symbol, I'm sorry. Okay. Pedro, I mean, what MJ Symbol is saying in this is that, you know, men of a predatory nature will or could potentially pick on nude women. Yeah, if women were nude all the time. But I think you paint a pretty dim picture of most men. You know what I mean? I don't think most men... I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm an idiot too, remember. Pedro, Rob, it's scientifically proven that eating apple leads to wearing clothes. This is Pedro from Instagram. All tribes that keep walking around naked don't have apples. So Genesis is a true story. Can we get a ProBoh approved?
That Pedro gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
Too much fun today. Too much fun today. All right, so on Instagram, how did they answer? When we did the poll on Instagram, 63% said true. that yes, nudity should be more normalized by society. But what about here? So I made the statement, gifted to us by Juan, that nudity should be normalized by society. Let's get a little drum roll. 100% true. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Corporate alligator. Clothes do so much. They protect the skin from damage of all types. They absorb sweat. They cool the skin and body. Imagine doing some landscaping work without clothes, or simply walking in the woods. With clothes you can brush up against stuff, no problem. And it's all good to be naked on a beach or lounging around, but doing any activity work is much better properly clothed. Corporate alligator, I could not agree more. We have this weird kind of thing in society, right? Saying, the nude body, the naked form should be so much more accessible or less kind of provocative than it is. And that the clothes are the reason they are so provocative, right? Because we cover our bodies so much. And I think there's an element to truth of that. But we forget we didn't clothe ourselves because of some religious doctrine, because of shame, because Eve ate the apple in the Garden of Eden. No. We wear clothes to protect ourselves. That's why the nature of clothes, anthropologically speaking, how we came to wear clothes, this weird species of ours. It's true. It's true that we shouldn't be ashamed of our bodies. And it's true, if we could see the naked form, normal people naked more, we would have less shame of our own body. I think that's a fact. But eliminating clothes entirely, I'm not sure that's the way. But certainly seeing more normal bodies would help. Do I know the answer to this? No, I do not, friends. I'm just like you. But 100% true. So you think it should be more normalized? And I kind of agree. Not in everyday places. But certainly in the media, we could do a better job when we are censoring our media. How often have you seen a movie where nudity has been censored? Being born in England, a lot. However, nudity is censored and violence is allowed to be rampant. I can see Arnold Schwarzenegger kill 20 guys with a rifle, but I can't see a naked human form. Why is it we see much more women naked on TV than we do men? You know what I mean? There's all sorts of weird discrepancies in the way we treat nudity. It certainly shouldn't be something that causes shame. And I think that's where we all agree. All right, friends, on that note, let's go to today's 100 Humans. Oh my God, friends, it was a long walk to work today across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans and I asked them all a question. Today's question was, name something you do to calm yourself after becoming very angry. Name something you do to calm yourself after becoming very angry. Nombra algo que hagas para calmarte después de enfadarte mucho. Name something you do to calm yourself after becoming very angry. I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. I have the 7 most popular answers right here. Your job is to identify those top 7 answers. As always, we go to Natch. What do you think, Natch?
Workout.
Work out. To do exercise. Because I want to get through this quickly, I'm going to give it to you, Natch. Well done. Well done. The 100 humans said walk. To go for a walk it off. Exercise. For me, look, my bar is set so low that walking is exercise. So, congratulations, Natch. Well done. Let's see. Hot bath. To take a bath. To take a nice hot bath, says Corporate Alligator. Is it there? No, it's not. Damn. It's not there. Good answer, though. To take a deep breath, says Eric. To take a deep breath. It's there, Eric. Well done. Hey, Eric. You're going to get a ProBoh approved, my friend.
ProBoh Stampo approved.
See, you got it. You got it. There it is. Because it's the number one answer. Well done. Dude. Eric is back, and we're flying through the 100 humans. Well done, dude. It's there. Breathing is there. The number one answer with 25 of 100 humans saying they take deep breaths. They breathe when they're angry. Pedro says to drink alcohol. To have a glass of wine. Woo! I think alcohol is the cause of most violence in most cities. But there you go. To drink wine. I'm not judging. Is it there? It's not there. Damn. Great answer, though. Great answer. All right, let's continue. Count to 10. Count to 10. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. That coming from our legal correspondent, Pedro from Instagram. Count to 10. Well done. 15 of 100 humans. 4th place. All right, let's continue. Corporate Alligator. Go to sleep. You're tired, you sleep. Take a nap. But is it there? No, it's not. To swear, says Eugene. That is my go-to anger thing. I just unload it all on Nacho and pepper in some nice swear words. And then I feel fine again. So it's not there to swear. Great answer, but it's not there. To walk away from the situation, says Corporate Alligator. Well, that was kind of under walk, wasn't it? And walking was there. Well done. Okay, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to give you some clues because we need to get through this. Okay, one particular art form, Natch. There are many kinds of art form, literature, painting, films, but there's another one. It's probably the most cathartic, right? The most cathartic art form to consume. That helps you release that negative energy. Maybe you'll... almost give you too much of a clue there. What do you think it is, Natch?
Playing music?
Listening to music? Playing music? Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. And a big congratulations to Corporate Alligator, Eric, and Pedro, who say listening to music, and it's there. There's second most popular answer with 24. Listening to music, apparently very popular. Okay, one more. Oh no, we've got 3 more. Eric says to meditate. To meditate. Is meditating there? Yes, it is. My God, Eric. Okay, I'm going to give you another clue. Urs says to drive. How are you doing, Urs? Nice to see you. Pedro says to get naked. It's great. Perfect way to chill out. I'm just going to take my clothes off. When I'm stressed in the office, that's exactly what I do. Nacho doesn't like it, but it doesn't matter. I do it anyway. All right, is it none of those are there? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so number 5. Here we go. Have you ever heard, Nacho, of the term? It's relatively new. The term hangry. It's angry, como enfadado, pero con H. Have you ever heard of that term?
I rings a bell, yes.
Okay. So if you're hangry, it suggests there's a way that you can... Did Eric say that? I don't think. Oh! He did say that. He just said it. What do you think it is, Natch?
Eating?
Eating! Very good. Congratulations to Eric. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to Pedro. All of you said eating. Well done. And there's only one more left. We're not going to have time. We're not going to have time to do the rundown. But we've got one more left. I can help you get this. Guys, I have to say, the 100 humans, only 4 of them said this answer. Because I think it's a thing of the past. It's slowly starting to go away, this habit. But it is something that when you're anxious, people who consume this addictive substance will do. Eric has the answer, I think. So what substance is it? We know it's not alcohol, but there's a substance people will take in order to calm down. What do you think it is, Natch?
Smoking.
Smoking. Well done to you. Well done to Eric. Guys, sadly, we don't have enough time to go through the list, but I'll just very briefly, 100 humans, you may leave, I'll very briefly run down. I asked people to name something they do to calm themselves if they're angry. We had smoking, meditate, eat something, count to 10, go for a walk, smoke, and, meditate and breathe. Well done, guys. Well done. Congratulations to you. Let's go. Oh, thank you, Natch. Thank you. That's just 100 humans as they leave. They're just giving us a big round of applause. All right, let's go to complete the news.
Complete the news.
Oh, I'm sad. I'm sad that we only have time to do one of these two because they're both chef's kiss. Really great. Vaping is the new smoking. Yeah, vaping is apparently very bad for you. It's apparently very, very bad for you. Causes popcorn lung. We can talk about that one day. All right. Do you want to know about Hong Kong being tobacco free, so without tobacco? Or do you want to talk about drag queens and why Republicans are scared?
I don't know.
Let's do drag queens.
Okay.
It's good. It's a good one. And we'll do the other one tomorrow. So here we go. A Republican, he's a Republican representative of Montana. Okay, if that helps. A Republican is worried that drag queens... I don't know how you say drag queens in Spanish.
Exactly the same.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Drag queens will blank. So Republican representative of Montana is worried that drag queens will blank. Is it A, vote twice, once as a man, once as a woman? Is it B, launch missiles? Or is it C, herald the apocalypse? Okay, Republican worried that drag queens will blank. A, vote twice. B, launch missiles. Or C, herald the oncoming apocalypse. What do you think, Natch?
Hey.
You think A, vote twice? From what I can see in the chat right now, when we have to wrap up the show, everyone's saying A. Let's get a drum roll. Believe it or not, it's B. Launch missiles. Republican Representative Matt Rosdale of Montana is worried that they are controlling missiles in an Air Force base there. Guys, no more time for anything else. You can check out those links on my Patreon, guys. So many things you could have been doing this morning. Instead of doing those things, you're here with me. It means the world. See you tomorrow.